Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be another Pennsic prep video. I know I put a couple of juggling videos on there, but this is kind of what this channel is supposed to be. So the Pennsic stuff is extra. I hope you are okay with that. Um, but this is another Pennsic video. Somebody, and it's by request, somebody asked in one of the previous videos, in one of the comments, about creating a more period looking tent, making their tent look more period looking. They didn't say whether they wanted the inside of the tent to look more period or the outside of the tent to look more period or what have you. So this video is going to be about creating that ambiance, um, and I'll take it for both sides. First things first, if you have a modern tent, it's going to look like a modern tent. But remember, Pennsic is not a straight up historic reenactment. We are a group of people getting together to be historically themed. But right off the bat, like my persona would sleep in a tent about as often as they fly through the air. My persona would never be in a tent. So historically speaking, eh. But you can do stuff to your tent to get the sharp edges off the mundania off it, kind of thing. You're going to fairly quickly get over the fact that it's a modern tent because we are not doing a modern activity and it will bother you less. But you can help it along. First things first, however, don't cover your tent. Don't make some giant sleepy sock thing to put over your tent thinking you're going to make it look like a period tent. What it's going to look like is a modern tent with a sleeping bag over it. And worse still, most modern tents deal with surface tension to keep them waterproof. If you put something over your tent, it breaks the surface tension and you now have a leak. If you cover your whole tent, it's just going to come pouring through your roof. So don't put things physically touching your tent. With that said, banners, flags, displays of that sort of thing go a long way. A portable hole, which is a like metal stake with rings on it that you stick in the ground, that you can put a flagpole in and put banners or tapestries around your tent, will give you a much better feeling for it than just your blue and orange and gray mountain mushroom. Um, our camp has both period tents and modern tents in it. We have very modern and or not time period correct situations going on. We have pirates flags everywhere. Wrong time period, but cool flags. And we like our sheet wall, which is usually the divider between your camp and other camps or the road or something like that, has in the past been wooden stakes driven in the ground with a rope between them, and then just ribbons and bells hanging from the rope. And it's pretty. And remember, Pennsic is a festival, so decorating it like it's a festival, you're in the game. So definitely give that a stupid chair. Give that a try because it looks pretty cool. Um, but yeah, you can put tapestries or your device or what have you in and around your tent. Your eyes will eventually adjust to the ignoring the out of place and accepting and enjoying what is more flavorful. So, not to worry too much. For the inside of your tent, we're going to go with the very first big don't do this. No open flames in your tent. Don't do it. I have a historically correct tent and I don't do it. No, don't do it. Um, However, you have to agree that the flickering of candlelight is awesome. It's also really hard on the eyes if you're reading. So if you have the Pennsic book, which, by the way, you're going to be able to buy one because somebody insists on not printing a book for the populace, so you can buy one at Information Point, from what I understand. We'll see. Again, this is not a official publication video of anybody involved with this. This is just me. But if you're trying to read your book, either your Pennsic book or the Pennsic Independent or what have you, in your tent at night, the flickery candle thing, use a real light. Save your eyes. You don't need the headaches. But if you're just looking for an ambient light source that you can leave going in your tent that feels comfortable and historically correct and looks cool, you can get these things. You don't have to get the fancy ones, but the little miniature tea lights will be fine for a night light, so you don't trip over your bookcase or your garb box or what have you. And you can, the little tea light ones, you can leave them on your bed. You can put them on the bedpost. You can put them on your garb box. You can put wherever you need to see a point. You can put them in there, and they'll give you the little flickery thing. It won't make your tent warm. It won't burn your tent down. I just picked these up. They have like the fancy flickery flame thing going. They're not on. I gotta get batteries. They take AA batteries, and all I have around here right now are AAA batteries. Boxes and boxes of AAA batteries. I'll give you a guess what the little radio controlled cars I race run on. Yeah. I usually use rechargeables. Those are just for emergencies. But yeah, using electronic candles in your tent can soften the edge in your tent and give you ambient light in your tent. You can also get yourself the various tapestries and stuff. You see the I used to have one hanging up here for the early videos where it's the Celtic knotwork tapestry thing. You can use those for sheets. You can hang them up, dividers in your tent if your tent's big enough that you need to divide it off, that sort of thing. Things that make you feel good. Surround yourself with them. It really helps. Sheepskins on the bed are awesome. Go to IKEA and pick up some, wool sheepskin things. They're cool. But definitely remember, you get to ignore the mundane stuff around you and just enjoy what looks cool. So, if you're stuck in a modern tent that you can't disguise any other way, don't worry about it. Any effort you make to disguise it is appreciated, but keep yourself safe. No fire in your tent, nothing resting against your tent, because getting wet sucks. And hopefully, you'll have a good time, and you'll see, if this is your first Pennsic, you'll see what other people do to decorate their tents with and stuff too. We got 40 some odd days left to war, guys. I'm going to try to pick up these videos with more of your suggestions. Have yourselves a great day. See you at war. Tommy says like and subscribe for more videos.